Hello everybody, welcome to my stock trading channel. Please like and subscribe this video. You'll also be notified about any live streams we'll be doing in the future. I just wanted to give everybody a quick overview of what I've learned and part of my strategy. Everybody loves learning about other people's strategies, and here's mine. I'm just going to open up and share the lessons learned. The country's in chaos. I can see the food on the shelves is priced ridiculous. Gas is still ridiculous. Restaurants are closing at weird hours, fast food restaurants. They don't have employees. Nobody will work for $12 to $15 an hour anymore. Everybody wants $20. You can tell the country's kind of a mess. On the other hand, people are buying stuff like crazy still. They're still spending money. Companies are having earnings increases. They're having profit increases. Some of this you can write off because the prices are 20% higher, and the fact that you did the same revenue now that you did 2 years ago, or more revenue, great. Well, you charge 20% extra for each sale. You're obviously falling off the cliff already. Eventually, they do sell less, and it is less profitable, and they lose their customer base, and there's a lot of issues with inflation that are just absolutely horrible for the stock market and the country. Hyperinflation, if this keeps spiraling out of control, could send everyone to the poorhouse. That's where you lose your house. They send you a property tax bill for $1 million, and you're like, say what? What do you mean? I don't have $1 million. Well, you better in the future if they were going to have inflation like that. But anyhow, this is what I believe. I believe it's going down. I believe it's going down hard. I'm just waiting for it to go down hard. I've been waiting a really, really long time, and I've been very upset at the crowd that's the bulls. They're driving me nuts. And I finally realized what's going on. The bulls are betting on it going up. They really truly believe in their heart that this is a good economy and that things are on the up and up. Inflation's over, and we're going to have a smooth landing, and everything's just going to go great, and nice low unemployment, and life's just going to continue onwards with everybody paying double for everything, and everyone almost having to switch states because they can't afford to live where they live anymore. They can't afford rents anymore. People with student loans, they still haven't made a payment since COVID. This is being filmed middle of February 2023. And since COVID, which was middle of February 2020, they still haven't made a student loan payment. So everybody's walking around with an extra $500, $600, $700 a month. They're spending, they're buying stuff. They don't have to make their student loan payment. It's just crazy. So the world's crazy. It's about to change. It's about to get normal. So I wanted to get in on the action. I'm looking at the Dow Jones, and I don't like particular stocks, and I like going with the ETFs. I like betting on the Dow. I like betting on the NASDAQ and the S&P 500. In this case, I did SDOW, SDOW. It's shorting the Dow times 3. It takes the ups and downs of the Dow each day, and it goes up 3 times whatever that increase was. So if it goes up 1%, this SDOW thing goes up 3%. If it goes down 1%, it goes down 3%. So it's a triple multiplier. ProShares is one of the best ETF companies. They make their money by plucking about 2% out of this every year. That's about 1.5%. It's nothing that you want to hold on for years and years and years, but it's a great vehicle for getting in, getting out, and taking advantage of anything that you feel like is coming. I believed inflation was going up. This chart here reflects 6 months. What you're looking at, this high peak on the left, is October of 2022. Everybody thought inflation was going to be horrible, and it was in October 2022. That's why SDOW is so darn valuable at this point. we're looking at $45 there at the peak. As the inflation reports came out, the CPI report for October was down just a little, then November down just a little, then December down just a little. By December, they stopped cutting rate cuts to the full 0.75, and they went with 0.50. And then in January, they went with 0.25. They're already weaning the inflation rates, thinking they have inflation beat because inflation went down 1, 2, 3 months in a row. And as you can see, that caused the stock market to rally. All of these bulls got all excited. Everything they believed was coming true. They believed the stock market was going to go up. They believed that inflation was beat. They believed that the rates would come down and they would stay underneath 5 and make houses still affordable for people, and we wouldn't have a recession. And this is the stuff that they really believed, and they were betting on it, and they were winning. They were doing great. It went up and up and up and up and up, causing my stock here, my ETF, to go down, 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 down. It goes all the way down to about $24 right around the middle here, right around January, December, November. So I'm holding on to this, and I'm getting the crap beat out of me. And after it fell completely, I doubled in. I was just like, you know what, screw this. And I was being really stupid. You should never do this. But I bought double the stock, so I cut the amount that I was in, and I bought double the stock. But anyhow, it goes sideways. It goes up and then it starts going up again. All the way through January, beginning of February. I'm going, oh my God, why is the Dow at 34,000 when we're on the edge of a crash? We're at the edge of a recession. The millennials, I don't know who it is out there, that they don't have any respect for inflation and what it does to the country, what it does to jobs, what it does to depressions and the rest of it. They just don't have any respect for it. They thought they had it licked. They thought they had it beat. They were winning, and they were right at the time. They were making the right bet. I thought they were freaking crazy. I was like, who in the world would be a buyer at Dow 33,000 with the world in this condition? Well, you know what? If inflation's falling, you better be a buyer, because all these jokers out there, they're buyers. They think the world's great. You better listen to them, because they're telling you, it's not that they're right. It's just that they're telling you that this is how I feel. And when they tell you this is how I feel, and then that's the direction it's going to go in. It's going to go, how do the bulls feel? They felt like they were just reinvigorated. Every report told them, okay, interest rates are coming down. Okay, inflation's going away. Okay. So they were just being told by the media, the truth, which was the stuff was getting better. Me thinking for some crazy reason it was going to reverse itself. I needed basically inflation to go up, right? We'd still be rallying today. But here's what happens next is I'm holding on. I don't even know why at this point. I'm thinking, God, I got to get out of this thing one day soon. And then I start looking at gas prices in January, and boom, $3.60 a gallon, up from 60 cents in 1 month. And I'm like, that's gotta have raised prices on just about everything, because everything gets transported with gas and diesel. And watching the prices mushroom up like that in January made me feel like I really, really wanted to see the February 14th CPI report, find out what happened. I don't think January is going to be an improvement for inflation, and it wasn't. February 14th, the report came out. Everybody was all excited about their stocks, and here's what happened. Right where I got my little marker marked right there is February 13th, actually the day before. So you can see, if you shorted the Dow with SDOW, it went from 20, what does that say? 2450 on February 14th to 2778 today. Woo! It was actually at 28.25 for a little while today. This chart really doesn't show it. But today it took off again. So when I was talking about my strategy earlier, what I wanted to explain was that it doesn't matter whether you're right. It doesn't matter whether you're wrong. It doesn't matter what the technicals are. It doesn't matter anything except for how do people feel about it and what do they think is going to happen next. And even though you strongly disagree with it, you need to listen to it. You need to write down what they think is going to happen next. And then once you can write that down and you know what they think is going to happen next, you know when they feel fully defeated because it didn't happen. So when you see it not happen on February 14th, you say, you know what? Those people thought that it was going, inflation was coming down, 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 and they learned on this day right here, they learned that it was going up, 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 up. After that, you bet your sweet buns it is. Of course it is, because they wake up every single day now and they go, inflation's rising, dump. Inflation's rising, dump. Inflation's rising, dump. Just like they did for the last 4 or 5 months. They've been going, oh, inflation's coming down. Buy, buy, buy. Inflation's coming down. Buy, buy, buy. They just kept waking up, repossessed every single day to do what they do, to do what they believe. I felt fully defeated at this point after the price came down big time on my SDOW. I was like, man, are they really just going to snap out of this thing? Are these people right? Are they, they could be. I don't know. Maybe we will just snap out of the recession. Maybe there won't be one. Maybe the inflation will just keep coming down, or we'll get enough control of it. I didn't like, 5, 6%. I was like, oh, well, that's good for inflation coming down, but bad for SDOW, bad for my investment. It's not doing what I wanted it to do. And it just comes nice and steady, just down, 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 until that moment when you wrote down, when the bulls can no longer point at falling inflation as an excuse to the recovery, that's when I want in. Everybody should have been flying in on February 14th. And it kind of leveled out a little bit. Didn't even go up. And the next day, it went up a little bit. Then it got supercharged. Then it got supercharged. And it's going all the way. We're going down. Right now we're at Dow 33,000. Absolutely stupid, ridiculous place to be. You're almost at the peak of the stock market, world history. It's almost, 36,000 is the world record? We're at 33,000. This is in the middle of crashing time. 33 is a little too high. Try 28, 27, Dow 27, Dow 28,000. Try something like that if you're, not sure if you're going to be in a recession. That's where you should be if you're not sure, because a recession is going to take us down into the low teens. So you kind of at least want to split the difference, I think a recession, no, it's going to take us to 28,000 in a recession. No, it's not. COVID just jerked us down to the mid-teens there for a few days. But that's what a recession is going to do to it. To think we're sitting around 33 is ridiculous. You'll notice it's skyrocketing right now. And the one thing I can do every single day until March 14th, which is the next CPI report, I don't have to worry. It's going, my short position is strong. There's no chance of any bad news coming out. There's no chance that some report's going to come out and say that unemployment or inflation's coming down again. That's not going to happen. I'm safe until March 14th. I'm going to hold this thing until March 14th, or maybe Dow 30,000 or the Dow 31,000. I want to cash out. I want to make some money. I've been in this thing for way too long, way too many headaches. But the lesson learned is don't go with the fundamentals and your belief structure. Roll with the tide, baby. Write down specifically what the bulls think and what the bulls want and what the bulls are witnessing, and the confirmation that they're getting. And the moment that you know that their hope is stripped from them is when you want to dive into it. And sometimes you got to write that down to realize it. Right now, they have no hope. I had no hope back in November. Now they have no hope. Now they got to sweat until March 14th, and God forbid there's another negative report. I'm not. Hopefully, won't even be holding it by then. I'm going to lock in my wins by then. I'm expecting Dow 31,000. I'm expecting this thing to plummet another 1,800 points in the next 2 weeks. That's what I'm expecting. Nothing but misery, people getting out, nobody getting in. You'd be crazy to get in. Inflation just started again. And that's what brought it down to begin with in October. But anyhow, that's my thesis. This is SDOW. ProShares is probably the best ETF. I like it because it has the lowest fees. It's truly predictable. I bought in, I did my short at Dow 32,700, and it just got even today after that long 5-month trip. When I got back down to Dow 32,700, I was dead even again. So I know they didn't pinch me for or take a rake, take my money, steal from me, whatever you want to call it. The rake isn't that bad. It's actually very predictable what the price here will be. 28.25, I think, is what it is at 20. Oh, I'm sorry, 32. Dow 32,700. That's where I did my short. So when I hit that number, I'm back to even. So I'm just gonna watch this rally continue. There's no chance it's going in the other direction. It just wouldn't make any sense. The people just gave up hope, and all of the bulls are done. The bears are totally invigorated now. They're piling on. They're going to win. And I'll just look at it from a perspective of the sentiment of the bull and the bear. Understand what each one wants and understand when they're done. And hopefully you'll do good. But this was a tough lesson for me. But I learned something, and hopefully you did too. Have a great day, and hope you like my show.